friends, welcome to our channel Unboxing Stories. I was swimming in the sea. Waves came one after the other. I was swimming and swimming to reach my destination. But one wave, a powerful wave, overpowered me. It took me along in its own direction. I was pulled long and along. When I was about to lose amidst the sea wave power, one thought flashed to me. Yes, that is courage. Courage to reach my goal, courage to defeat the powerful force and succeed. With courage in my mind, indomitable spirit engulfed me. With indomitable spirit in mind and action, I regained lost confidence. I can win, win, and win. Strength came back to me, overpowered the sea wave. I reached the destination, my mission. Poetry by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Welcome back to our channel. The story reading session today will be an excerpt from APJ Abdul Kalam's life, and the book name is The Writer's Life. I shall be reading some excerpts from his book, The Wings of Fire, and his journey. And today we shall be discovering his time zone, his situations, and how he intertwined his destiny with his hard work. So let us proceed. And if you did not watch our earlier video on a story reading session of a folk tale named Jiro Mithe, please do watch it. And if you like our content, be generous in liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your liking, sharing, and subscribing gives us an immense moral and other supports. Do share, like, and subscribe. So we shall start the excerpts from Wings of Fire. Before that, I think I should give a small introduction of Shri APJ Abdul Kalam, who is like a persona in himself who does not need any introduction, but still I feel honored to give a little introduction about him. Born on 15th October 1931 at Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu, Dr. Avul Pakir Jainulabdin Abdul Kalam specialized in aeronautical engineering from Madras Institute of Technology. Dr. Kalam is one of the most distinguished scientists of India and has been awarded the Padma Bhushan 1981, the Padma Vibhushan 1990, and India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna 1997. Dr. Kalam became the 11th President of India on 25th July 2002. His focus and greatest ambition remains finding ways that will transform India into a developed nation. So let us start reading Wings of Fire, an excerpt from that book. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram in the erstwhile Madras estate, which is known as Chennai nowadays. My father, Jainulabdin, had neither much formal education nor much wealth. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother, Ashi Amma. I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day, but I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. My parents were widely regarded as an ideal couple. My mother's lineage was the more distinguished, one of her forebears having been bestowed the title of Bahadur by the British. I was one of many children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall and handsome parents. We lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was a fairly large pakka house made of limestone and brick on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. My austere father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. However, all necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine, or clothes. In fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. I normally ate with my mother, sitting on the floor of the kitchen. She would place a banana leaf before me, on which she then ladled rice and aromatic sambar, a variety of sharp homemade pickles, and a dollop of fresh coconut chutney. The famous Shiva temple, which made Rameshwaram so sacred to pilgrims, was about a 10-minute walk from our house. Our locality was predominantly Muslim, but there were quite a few Hindu families too living amicably with their Muslim neighbors. There was a very old mosque in our locality where my father would take me for evening prayers. I had not the faintest idea of the meaning of the Arabic prayers chanted, but I was totally convinced that they reached God. When my father came out of the mosque after the prayers, people of different religions would be sitting outside waiting for him. Many of them offered bowls of water to my father, who would dip his fingertips in them and say a prayer. This water was then carried home for invalids. I also remember people visiting our home to offer thanks after being cured. My father always smiled and asked them to thank Allah, the benevolent and merciful. The high priest of Rameshwaram temple, Pakshi Lakshmana Sastri, was a very close friend of my father's. One of the most vivid memories of my early childhood is of two men, each in his traditional attire, discussing spiritual matters. When I was old enough to ask question, I asked my father about the relevance of prayer. My father told me there was nothing mysterious about prayers. Rather, prayer made a possible a communion of the spirit between people. When you pray, he said, you transcend your body and become a part of the cosmos, which knows no division of wealth, age, caste, or creed. This is all for today. I hope you liked this video, and if you do like it, please subscribe it. Thank you for watching the videos. We shall be unboxing more such beautiful stories and excerpts in our future videos.